Good morning, and thank you for watching the May 22nd City of Janesville COVID-19 community briefing. This briefing is provided Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. My name is Tom Clippert, and I am the Planning Section Chief for this operational period. We'll begin this morning's briefing with hearing from Vicki Brown of the YWCA of Rock County.
Good morning. My name is Vicki Brown, Racial Justice Coordinator for the YWCA Rock County, and I'm filling in for our Executive Director, Angela Moore. COVID-19 has affected the way we all go about our day, both personally and professionally. Everyone has a story to tell about how they have been affected by this pandemic. For the YWCA Rock County, our story is one of perseverance. We have come together as a team to make sure we can still offer vital resources to some of the most traditionally underserved and vulnerable members of our population. We know that being sheltered during this pandemic is not safe for everyone. The stress to families can be immense and can increase the incidence of child abuse and domestic violence. Every day we must ask the question, what does it mean when it is not safe at home? Throughout this pandemic, we made sure children were still able to get the care they needed at our care house. The care house provides a way for children who have been abused to tell their stories in a setting where they feel comfortable to do so. We continued this essential service through technology, providing masks to those who needed to come to the care house, and expanding our cleaning of the building. Throughout this pandemic, we have also kept a safe and clean environment for domestic violence victims at both our emergency shelter and our transitional living apartments. We received grant funds to be able to house new residents in temporary housing for 14 days before joining the other residents in the shelter. We are at full capacity with 35 children under the age of 10 in both facilities. Within the last week, we have been receiving 20 to 30 phone calls per day to see if there's space available in the shelter and to make appointments. We continue providing safety planning services over the phone, helping people get ready to leave safely, if they must, once the order lifts. We have provided temporary restraining orders for those in need. Services are also provided for those who need our 24-hour crisis hotline. If you or someone you know is in an unsafe situation, please call the crisis hotline at 608-752-2583. Again, that number is 608-752-2583. We are also here for the community through our child care program. We work to offer flexible and safe care to families here in Rock County. Our child care staff is currently working on enrollment for families for next school year, and our summer program begins Tuesday. With many parents going back to work, we are happy to be a safe and affordable resource to care for your child. With high incidence of COVID in our community, our immigrant outreach program is busy providing support and access to resources for that population. And while we continue to have stories of success to share how we have continued to offer vital services to families in need, we have also faced challenges, much like many organizations, businesses, and nonprofits here in Rock County. We've had to postpone several events which provide much needed funding for our organization. But by coming together as a community, we have seen a wonderful outpouring of support for our COVID-19 fund, which was created in response to this pandemic. We have received donations from individuals of food to offset added meals needed for our families. We've seen great support from organizations such as United Way Blackhawk Region, the State Line Community Foundation, and the Janesville Rotary, as well as from Faith Community Church here in Janesville. As we move into the summer, We have Walk a Mile in Her Shoes coming up. The event is August 7th at the former Sears building at the Janesville Mall. Ahead of the event, we've also teamed up with community members. These ambassadors are spreading awareness and raising money for domestic violence victims here in our community. You can find more information about these efforts and our efforts on our website, which is www.ywcarockcounty.org. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Vicki. Next, we'll review our incident objectives for the city's COVID-19 response. Safeguard the community, including our residents, businesses, and visitors. Deter the spread of COVID-19 within our capabilities. Provide essential services to the community, and safeguard the City of Janesville employees and preserve the city service power. We'll now hear from other members of the EOC leadership team, starting with our liaison sections chief, Michelle Lalvey.
Thank you, Tom. As of yesterday, Thursday, May 21st, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services reported that there are 13,885 confirmed positive cases of COVID-19 in the state of Wisconsin. 493 of those positive cases are here in Rock County, with 5,044 total tests administered in the county. This represents a positive testing rate of 9%, which is a slight increase since our report on Wednesday. There have been 14 deaths in the county, which is no change from our last report on Wednesday. This week, the City of Janesville has announced some changes to city programs and services. With exception to Camden Playground and Peace Park Playground equipment is reopened. The downtown fitness court, pickleball courts, and tennis courts are also reopened. The Riverside Park North Restroom and the Traxler Park Main Restroom are reopened. Hedberg Public Library's Express Branch at the mall will reopen Tuesday, May 26th, and the main library will reopen on June 1st. The city has made the difficult decision to keep Rockport and Palmer wading pools closed for the season and as advised by the WEDC and the CDC. Lions Beach, the Bubbler, and Riverside Park Splash Pad may open later this season. The city is still evaluating these amenities. Finally, don't forget that the City of Janesville's Farmers Market is open from 8 to 1 tomorrow, Saturday, May 23rd, on North Main Street. This week, they've opened the market up to vendors with plants and cut flowers. The Farmers Market will also continue to expand the scope of the market for future weeks and ensure the safety of all visitors and attendees. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Next up, we'll have Economic Development Director Gail Price.
Good morning, Janesville. Economic Development Director Gail Price. A reminder that all of our economic development COVID-19 information can be found at the growjanesville.com website. Click at the banner at the top, and that will take you to our recovery page. We've added some new information on the recovery page, specifically a whole page on training and webinars discussing the impacts and the future of various industries as a result of the pandemic. This includes office uses, food and beverage, industrial uses, and so forth. So I encourage you to look at those webinars and develop your education as to what the future may look like. We've got reopening guidance. All 16 of the WEDC documents are there. So those are good guides to know what's expected as you're reopening. A reminder that we have the various funds that are out there: Rock County Emergency Small Business Loan Fund, SBA Paycheck Protection, Federal Reserve Main Street Lending Program, and the newest one, the WEDC Ethnic Minority Emergency Grant Program. That's got 2 more days for you to apply, so you need to apply by the end of the day on the 24th. Just a reminder that we're in the first phase of the Rock County reopening plan, so businesses are reopening. We are aware that many of our larger retailers are not going to ramp up this weekend, but going to ramp up next week. Just give your favorite retailer a call before you go out and make a trip out of the home. Many of these, or most of these businesses are following the guidelines for reopening. That means there's going to be reduced occupancy. There's going to be no waiting rooms in various uses like hairdressers. You're not going to be able to walk into to get a haircut without an appointment. So just keep that in mind as you're continuing to go out and start doing some of the things you used to do before the pandemic. We want to encourage you to spend local in our hometown businesses. Every dollar that you spend creates an additional 68 cents in local economic return. So spending local is important to the community. If you're having trouble as a business owner finding PPE, we can help you. We've got a list of local vendors that have that available for you, and certainly we can provide that information. The city's got a draft recovery plan going to the city council on Tuesday, the 26th, and that is intended to be adopted and sets the base for a new loan program that the city will roll out most likely in the middle of June. Again, if you got any questions, feel free to call the Economic Development Office, 608-755-3059, and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Gail. Next up is Public Information Officer Alan Luckett.
Good morning. If you are interested in receiving important information from the City of Janesville, please check out our city's website and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up for city press releases as well at our website. Our website address is www.ci.janesville.wi.us. And for email lists, it's that website /email lists. For COVID-specific information, visit our website /COVID-19, and you can get more information there. It's also listed at the top of our website, all the website pages for the City of Janesville. You'll find community resources, including information on the Rock County Public Health Department, our archived briefing videos, our frequently asked questions, CDC information, business recovery information, and much more. The City of Janesville also trusts government-sanctioned sites such as the CDC, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, FEMA, and others. So please check out our website for those resources. If you have any questions, please call our community support hotline. It is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that number is 608-373-6027. And if you have questions outside of that time frame, you can always call 211 and we'll help you there. Please share this information with your family and friends, community groups, social networks, anyone else that can benefit. And if you're into the hashtag thing, we'd like you to do the hashtag one positive thing, hashtag Janesville Strong, and hashtag spend local. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Next up is Finance Administration Section Chief Tara Semenchuk.
Good morning, Tara Semenchuk, Finance and Administration Section Chief for this operational period. The EOC Finance and Admin section is documenting all personnel and operating expenses related to the city's COVID-19 pandemic response for potential reimbursement from the Federal Emergency Management Agency Public Assistance Program. The FEMA program reimburses 75% of eligible assistance expenses, while the state has agreed to reimburse 12.5% of eligible assistance expenses. The EOC response team has logged 7,217.5 hours to date. We have captured expenditures of $1,022,307.63. Thanks.
Thank you, Tara. Next up is Safety Officer Captain Tom Bruner.
Safety Officer Tom Bruner. We just want to, again, continue to emphasize the importance of washing your hands with soap and water regularly, especially if you've been in a public place. If soap and water are not readily available, please use a hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. As always, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. We should continue to avoid close contact with the people who are sick and create some space between each other, at least 6 feet when outside the home. Formulate a plan if someone in your household should become sick. If you choose to wear a fabric, non-standard face mask or any other mask in public, continue to maintain 6 feet social distancing. The CDC recommends wearing cloth face coverings in public settings where other social distancing measures are difficult to maintain. The CDC is additionally advising the simple cloth face coverings to slow the spread of the virus and help people who have the virus and do not know it from transmitting it to others. We want to remind you to wash your face masks regularly after use. And again, with workspaces and residents, they should be cleaned thoroughly with approved EPA cleansers and the high-touch surface areas with a higher frequency. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Incident Commander, Janesville Fire Chief Rhodes.
Hi, good morning. Thanks, Tom. Vicki, thank you for coming and telling us about your story of the YMCA. Some things that stood out to me are perseverance. And more than that is the hope that you bring to our community every day. And you haven't quit, and you've learned, and you've grown, and you've stayed the course. So we are grateful to all those services of just such a precious part of our community that needs help and has a bad day on occasion, and you're there to catch them. So on behalf of Mark and myself and our staff, we thank you very much. Current operations today is, we are steadily watching what's going on in our community. We are monitoring critical infrastructure, food delivery, lines of distribution for services in our community. And so far, we're not seeing anything that would alarm us. As you know, we're opening up our community, and I hope everybody has a really great weekend. The weather looks like it's going to be a good, maybe a little rain. I'm excited that we are getting back to what it used to be before the virus struck us. And I think we can do that, and we can be successful, but remember to be considerate and kind and have the empathy. You may be a healthy person and may not have any signs or symptoms, but we still have to practice our 3 important things to protect our community, because the virus has not gone away. It's gotten larger. It's gotten more into the community. So please wear your mask, wash your hands, and avoid large crowds. I think we can be successful. I know we can thrive in this. And so those simple protective actions that you can do, even though you may feel like everything's good for you, you don't know about your friends and your family and people in the community that may have medical issues that could exacerbate the virus or make the virus more aggressive in a person. So those 3 simple things will greatly help us to continue to flatten the curve, and that's wear your mask, wash your hands, and avoid large crowds if you can. There is a chance for severe weather this weekend, so check your weather radio. If you don't have a weather radio, maybe go get one, pick one up. It's a great opportunity to do your family disaster kit if you haven't done that. If you need resources on what items go in a family disaster kit, go to ready.gov on the internet, and it has a list. It's an easy family project, and I would urge everybody to always have that, because natural disasters are still a part of our society and can and will continue to occur. Maybe today, text somebody, write a card, write a note to somebody, call somebody, let them know you're thinking on them. And remember to do the 3 goods: eat good, sleep good, and exercise. As Mark always says, we are Janesville. We stand tall, we stand firm, and we are Janesville strong. In closing, a great example of that is the YWCA. So once again, thank you. Enjoy your weekend and give each other grace. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. This has been the May 22nd City of Janesville COVID-19 Community Briefing. Please note, beginning next week, the community briefing will be provided 1 time per week. The briefing will take place each Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Please continue to be well, stay safe, and remain strong. Thank you for watching.